Have you been keeping up with the drama between LIV and the PGA? If you don't know what's going on, you've come to the right place. The PGA Tour is making changes that might push players away. Here's why. It all started back in August when 11 pro golfers were suspended from PGA events after playing in LIV tournaments. They weren't too happy about it and decided to sue the PGA, claiming that the organization was trying to stifle competition and punish those who wanted to defect to LIV. And then, things got even crazier when LIV decided to jump into the mix and join the players' suit. This move caused most of the golfers to drop out of the case. Talk about a game changer, but the PGA wasn't having it. They filed a countersuit against LIV and the Saudi Public Investment Fund, accusing them of interfering in their business by offering players millions of dollars to break their PGA contracts and play for LIV instead.
What's happening here is unprecedented. You have a foreign government that's investing in and trying to take over a sport.
So, who's going to come out on top in this golf showdown? Will the PGA continue to reign supreme? Or will LIV and their big bucks be enough to lure players away? Only time will tell, but we can't wait to see how this all plays out on the green. Now, let's get to the main topic itself, the PGA Tour's latest changes. Have you heard about these latest changes? Well, some players aren't too happy about it, and it might just push them away to a new golf league called LIV Golf. Now, let's move on to the major news coming out of the PGA Tour that's sure to shake things up. Commissioner Jay Monahan has announced some big changes that are set to transform the game as we know it. The PGA Tour's policy board has voted to change the format for future designated events, meaning that the fields will be smaller, with only 70 to 80 players and no cuts. Why the sudden change, you ask? Well, it's all part of the PGA Tour's plan to stay ahead of the game and fend off competition from the Saudi-financed LIV Golf League. Oh, snap! But wait, there's more. The PGA Tour is also looking to create a season of consequence that deepens and expands fan interest while delivering more value to sponsors, media partners, and host organizations. Starting in 2024, the Tour will no longer require top players to participate in certain events like the Players, the 4 major championships, the 3 FedEx Cup playoffs tournaments, and an additional 8 designated events that haven't yet been announced. So, what does all this mean for the players in the game? With smaller fields and no cuts, players will have a better chance of making it to the weekend, which could lead to more competitive play and a more exciting viewing experience for fans. And with the PGA Tour no longer requiring top players to participate in certain events, it could lead to more flexibility and freedom for the players to choose which events they want to play in. Commissioner Monahan has also said that the changes will reward top performers, provide ample opportunity for play-in from season-long performance and different intervals throughout the season, retain an emphasis on winning, and be simple for the fan to understand. It's all about creating a cohesive, compelling, and consequential schedule that'll keep fans coming back for more. So, get ready, golf fans, because the PGA Tour is about to enter a new era of play. With exciting changes like these, there's no telling what the future holds for this thrilling sport. But will these changes be enough to keep the PGA Tour on top? We'll have to wait and see. One thing is for sure, though. The PGA Tour is not backing down from the competition and is willing to make some bold moves to stay ahead of the game. But what about the negative responses? Because it sure hasn't all been positive. PGA Tour player James Hahn is not holding back when it comes to his feelings about the Tour's recent changes. In an interview with Golf Week, he had some choice words for the new format for designated events. "I hate them. I'm going to say exactly what 99.99% of fans said about these changes. If our players just said, 'We're doing this for the money,' I would have more respect for them." Oh, shots fired! Hahn is clearly not happy about the changes, and he's not afraid to speak his mind. But is he right? Are the players just in it for the money? Or is there more to the story? If they are just in it for the money, as he says, surely LIV Golf is in the running for the most appealing golf league, purely because the league has a massive prize fund of $405 million. No big deal, right? It's a tricky question, and one that's sure to spark debate among golf fans. On one hand, It's understandable that the players want to make as much money as possible. Golf is a tough sport, and the players work incredibly hard to get to the top. But on the other hand, if the changes are really just about the money, it's easy to see why Hahn and others might be frustrated. After all, golf is supposed to be about more than just dollars and cents. It's about the love of the game, the thrill of competition, and the joy of watching your favorite players tee off. Some experts are speculating that these rule changes could lead to more players jumping ship and joining the Saudi-financed LIV Golf League. And can you blame them? With bigger prize funds and more flexibility in scheduling, it's no wonder that some players might be tempted to switch over to the new league. Of course, this is all just speculation for now, and we won't know for sure what the future holds until we see how everything plays out. But one thing is for sure, the competition is heating up, and the PGA Tour is going to have to work hard to keep their players and fans happy. But not everyone is against the changes. Rory McIlroy has defended the new format, pointing out that no-cut events have been around for a long time. In fact, there are several high-profile tournaments on the tour with no cuts, like the World Golf Championships and the playoff events. McIlroy also took a swipe at LIV Golf, saying that the only reason no-cut events are a big deal is because of the new league. And speaking of LIV Golf, they wasted no time in responding to the PGA Tour's changes. They posted on social media that imitation is the greatest form of flattery. So it looks like the competition between the two leagues is only heating up. Last year, LIV Golf's financial package lured in some big names in the sport, including Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, Lee Westwood, and Ian Poulter. And the numbers? Well, they're absolutely mind-boggling. Mickelson reportedly got paid a whopping $200 million just for showing up.
To participate here and bring LIV Golf to Tucson is exciting for me and everybody else.
While Johnson, the top-ranked player to join, earned a cool $150 million. Johnson even went as far as to resign from the PGA Tour to concentrate fully on the new tournament fronted by former world number one Greg Norman. But the PGA wasn't too happy about this, and they've since suspended all players who have made the switch to LIV. So clearly, there are big risks with leaving the PGA and joining LIV. Will these players be able to rejoin the PGA Tour? It seems unlikely, but as far as entertainment goes, boy are we in for a treat. But what do you think, golf fans? Are the changes to the designated events format a good thing or a bad thing? Do you agree with Hahn and the fans who are against the changes, or are you on McIlroy's side? This was all you needed to know about the changes the PGA Tour is making.